2 weeks before U-turn last year, a group of friends and I were praying for Malaysia, and I found myself praying for the ground, praying for good soil. I later asked God what that meant, and He revealed to me that seeds have been sown along the way. Some of them have been cemented by various circumstances. So this meant that I was to pray for those who have backslidden, some of which I've pursued but over time given up along the way. So I repented and I wrote their names down and prayed for them. On the second week of U-turn, I realized that all the things that I was asking God for, I knew that He would answer in His perfect time. So I knew I needed to ask for the impossible. And the moment I arrived home that day from work, I received a Facebook message from a friend that I've lost contact with. A few years ago, her attempt at suicide left her with a hole in her throat. After the incident, I prayed with her and she accepted Christ. However, not long after, she disappeared. So her reappearance after 2 years was already a miracle. So immediately I set up to meet up with her. 2 days before meeting her, I was prompted to up my fast to a whole solid food fast. So this means that I would not be eating solid food for the rest of U-turn. But I didn't understand why, but God knew. On that day itself, I asked my friend to pick a place to eat, totally forgetting that she had a hole in her throat. And when I arrived, I didn't order any food as well. When we sat down, she asked me why I wasn't eating, and I told her about my no solid food fast. She was so happy that someone could actually understand how she felt for a long time. Her face lit up because after living in shame for 2 years, she felt like someone could finally understand her. And I knew immediately that God cared even for the littlest things. On another note, I was also contacted by another friend who I've been praying for 10 years. At that point during U-turn, he contacted me again. So immediately I met up with him and I told him that he should come to church. And on that morning, I kept calling him. After various missed calls and waiting in front of his house, he finally gave in and came to church. And on that day, he rededicated his life to God. He attended church and even volunteered to serve at homes. 2 other friends far from God approached me during this season. One of them, who called the Bible bogus once, then called me God sent. I believe that as I continue to sow in prayer and be obedient with Him, God will bring many more back to Him. All glory to God. I'm looking forward to this year's U-turn and believing in God for a greater breakthrough.